Hey there everyone, this is Michael Dougal, the Nootropic Reviewer, and I'm going to share with you my simplified nootropic stack that I use every single day before sleeping, where I'm able to wake up feeling a lot more restored, rejuvenated, ambitious, having that mental clarity and the thinking and planning skills that I want. I've been using nootropic supplements for over 10 years and I've always found myself disappointed with sleep supplements specifically. Of course, most people are familiar with melatonin and they use it with some success, melatonin being a very strong supplement that can definitely help you get to sleep faster, help to even improve your body composition. However, melatonin has a lot of downsides. And so this supplement stack, it feels a little bit safer. I'm more comfortable taking it long term. I use it every single day and I've noticed that not only do I feel better, but objectively through tracking my sleep through different applications as well as the Oura Ring, I'm also noticing more REM sleep and more deep sleep when I am sleeping. And what the stack consists of is 120 milligrams of Shodan Ashwagandha. I've got 1000 milligrams of Tribulus terrestris and I've got 500 milligrams of lemon balm extract. So I'm using that once between 30 to 60 minutes before sleeping. And I realize that it may surprise many of you that I'm only taking 3 supplements. Yes, that is the truth. I have not excluded anything for the sake of this video. This is all that I'm taking and it's what I've been doing the past year, whereas some of my other sleep videos, I've talked about taking like 5 or even 10 nootropics prior to going to bed. However, I've realized that many of them just had marginal benefits and I couldn't notice them doing anything. The very first supplement is a Shodan Ashwagandha. I would say this is the most powerful of the 3. I only discovered Shodan within the past few years. I've been very impressed with it. I would have wished that I found Shodan Ashwagandha earlier, and that's because of the fact like it is very relaxing. So ashwagandha, it's also known as the king of herbs, and ashwagandha is specifically used for stress, used for anxiety, and used for relaxation. And now a lot of people are using this specific form of ashwagandha because it has a higher withanolides content, and with more withanolides potentially means more relaxation, which makes it ideal for going to sleep. Some of the other forms of ashwagandha are going to be better around productivity. There are supplements that I would take during the day. For example, KSM66, which I absolutely love. I've talked about it in this video over here. I use KSM66. I notice myself a little bit more grounded, more present, being able to be productive at a high level. But with Shodan, I wouldn't take it during the middle of the day because it will make you very demotivated. And for that reason, you would want to use it within 1 hour of sleeping, and just a very small serving size, 120 milligrams, whereas typically ashwagandha has dosages of like 500 milligrams to 1 gram. Now this is very potent stuff. And that shows, like, look at the size of the bottle. This is from Nootropics Depot, very small capsule as well. And one of the ways I've been indicated that the stuff is actually working is that during times when I run out of Shodan or I'm not using it in my supplement stack, there is a noticeable decreased quality in my sleep. It's a very versatile supplement. You can use it with a meal, you can use it without a meal, you can take it before bed. You could also try taking it in the middle of the day, but I haven't necessarily done that because Shodan, like I mentioned, is very relaxing. And we actually have a great study that showed that 120 milligrams once daily of Shodan helped individuals experience better sleep quality. And I personally found my sleep a lot deeper. Nothing is going to wake me up, and I'm a fairly light sleeper unless it's like very loud noise outside. I have nothing to worry about. So if you're just getting started with the supplement, I don't really see any need for going of a dose of less than 100 milligrams. I think 100 milligrams to 120 milligrams is the safe spot that you can stay between. And what's unique about Shodan versus other forms of ashwagandha is that this one hits you within the first few days of using it. I think for some individuals like myself, I'm very sensitive to nootropics. I can use Shodan and notice it instantly, whereas some other users may have to take Shodan or some other form of ashwagandha for 7 to 10 days for them to notice some sort of benefit. And side effects that you should look out for, basically none. I would say for some individuals, of course, it may make you a little bit demotivated because most herbal supplements are just going to do that by nature. And then like with all nootropics, you're going to hear about the odd bad experience of somebody experiencing headaches, or maybe they're noticing that they experience a bit of brain fog. I would say nothing to be too concerned about with Shodan. It's a fairly safe nootropic. The next nootropic supplement is Tribulus terrestris. I think of the 3, this is going to be the most questionable one because this is actually a product that is not designed to improve sleep quality. This is actually a product that is most commonly used for the specific benefit of boosting testosterone levels. I know that's the reason why I use Tribulus, but with Tribulus, it's also been recommended that if you're going to take it once a day, you take it before going to sleep. And that's the way that you should expect to see some sort of boost with testosterone. Now, have I seen that? I'm not really sure, but without question, I notice I'm getting a better sleep. I'm waking up feeling a lot more energized. And so whenever I stop using Tribulus, similar to Shodan, I notice my sleep quality really isn't quite there. Now, this is considered double strength, being at 1 gram per serving. That's how much I'm taking pre-bed. And you can start with just taking 500 milligrams before going to sleep, but I personally think that's too low. So I would think like a serving size of 750 milligrams to 1 gram should be good. Now, with this supplement, there's not a lot of research backing just how effective it is for the boosting of testosterone. And some studies, as a matter of fact, most studies actually report that there's no boost in testosterone whatsoever. I kind of explain it, I just feel better when I'm taking it, and a lot of new users of Tribulus have also agreed with that. This is a supplement that I've probably been using every single day for the past 8 years, or maybe 330 days of the year. I take 1 gram of Tribulus Terrestris first thing in the morning. I take 1 gram of it prior to going to sleep, so that ends up being 2 grams per day. If you're just going to take it once a day, like I mentioned, have it before sleeping. But if you're somebody that's pretty sensitive to nootropics like myself, trust that if you take it first thing in the morning, you're going to feel more aggressive, more energetic, more courageous during the day, like kind of the mood benefits you would expect to get from improving testosterone. See, that's the interesting thing, because with Tribulus, I wouldn't really say that it's helped me like bust PRs, it's helped me lose fat as if boosting testosterone would, but more of like the mental benefits I can really feel. And then also when it comes to joint health, I feel physically a little bit stronger when I'm using Tribulus Terrestris. Now, I have found that with this specific supplement, the brand actually really does matter. I have no affiliation with Now Sports, but this product has been excellent to me. I've tried many different forms of Tribulus Terrestris from different vendors, and I've not noticed the same benefit. So if you are going to use it, Now Sports has been my favorite form. And I've talked more about Tribulus Terrestris in this video over here. It probably doesn't rank as the best supplement for boosting testosterone levels. However, when you're looking at all the different factors as far as why you're taking a specific supplement, you want a better mood, you want better cognition, that's where I think that Tribulus Terrestris is going to be far more superior to things like Tonkat Ali or Phaedogia agrestis. And looking at the side effects of Tribulus Terrestris, some people report increased aggression and being slightly more irritable, but this is pretty uncommon. I think they're either going to notice a benefit with Tribulus Terrestris, or they just won't notice anything at all, and that's okay because the product really isn't that pricey. And the third nootropic that's part of this stack is lemon balm extract. Each serving ends up being 500 milligrams. They're also very small tablets. Now, this supplement is going to make you a little bit calmer, make you a little bit more relaxed, which makes it okay to also take during the day. I would say of the 3 supplements, this one is probably the least effective, but when I compare it to something else like valerian root extract, valerian root, it made me relax, but at the same time, it made me feel like a bit unlike myself. With lemon balm extract, I can take it, and then following those 30 minutes, I mean, I'm still awake. I want to be thinking and acting like myself and have the same patterns of thinking. Now, with valerian root, I just noticed like my mind shut off, and at the same time, I wasn't even getting the sleep quality that I expected to get from it. So lemon balm was a good substitute for me. This product like isn't super effective, but I like that I feel slightly relaxed when I'm using it. A lot of people ingest lemon balm teas, but the extract is going to be a lot more potent. You're going to get the benefit, and it's fairly inexpensive. This is a 120 count of the 500 milligram tablets. I actually use this sometimes when I'm feeling too stimulated. So if I take phenylprastine where I ingest too much caffeine and I want to be a bit relaxed, a lot of people would use something like L-theanine to help them calm down. I actually prefer using lemon balm extract because with L-theanine, it's very inconsistent. Sometimes when I use L-theanine, I feel like a bit lethargic or not wanting to work. With lemon balm extract, it's just like it kind of tapers down the energy a little bit. However, my judgment and my willingness to work is still the same. So it's a great product, not super effective, but if you're looking for something to slightly calm you down, this is going to be better in my opinion than like valerian root, or of course some people use magnolia bark, or they use GABA expecting to see some sort of benefit with relaxation. Lemon balm, it's a lot more effective. Now, where does melatonin come to play in all of this? Well, I barely use melatonin. I'll use it once a month, maybe twice a month. My biggest issue with melatonin is that I don't get the deep sleep that I want to. In fact, melatonin actually wakes me up. So melatonin, you'll find it's highly variable between individuals. People don't understand that it's a hormone. You don't want to ingest a hormone when you don't need to, because of course we have our natural cycle of producing melatonin. Why would we want to offset that? So I'm somebody that's kind of against melatonin use. That being said, sometimes I'll use it if I'm slightly jet lagged or I just want to like kind of understand how melatonin feels, but there's still a lot of questions about melatonin. How much should you be taking? How often should you be taking? I know a lot of people that actually use melatonin prior to going to sleep if they've taken too many stimulants. Like let's say that they took coffee at 7 or 8 o'clock p.m. They can use a little bit of melatonin to calm them down, to help them get to sleep. That hasn't really been the case for me. With melatonin, I actually wake up earlier than I intend to. So if you are going to use melatonin, I would recommend you keep it to a minimal. You don't need a dose of like 1 to 3 grams. In fact, you can get away with just taking 500 micrograms and see a really good benefit if you are to use it. But what other nootropics would you add to this sleep stack? I know it's a very simple one, only 3 nootropics, but I'm sure that there are nootropics that work for you, which may as well work for me. So make sure to comment below what is one of your favorite sleep supplements. And if you did get value from this video, consider subscribing, drop a like. And if you want to chat with me one-on-one, you can do so over on Patreon, or you can send me a direct message on Instagram, and be sure to visit our Discord server, which is a 24/7 chat room. We're answering questions in a time-sensitive fashion. I thank you for your interest in nootropics, and I look forward to seeing you next time.